Welcome in, everyone. I hope you are well wherever you're watching from today. We have some major breaking news about an unprecedented attack carried out by Ukraine that happened deep in Russia, damaging and completely destroying entire chunks of the Russian bomber fleet. This is absolutely crazy. We haven't seen anything like this in the war in Ukraine. It just happened. I'm going to show you the actual strike video. It is nuts what we're about to cover. I haven't seen anything like it. Before we get into all of that and much more, please make sure to like and subscribe, comment with your thoughts below, hit the bell so you always know when there's a new video coming. Now, let's get into it. As we all know, Russia and Ukraine have been at war for several years now. After Russia launched an invasion into eastern Ukraine, the fighting has been brutal, it's been bloody. Russia has more or less stabilized their lines. They are entrenched where they are. They're holding entire chunks and regions of eastern Ukraine. Ukraine is kind of on its back foot. It is unclear how much fight Ukraine has left in the tank. But what we do know now is Ukraine has pulled off an absolutely stunning military operation, kind of a Hail Mary attempt, if you will. They launched a drone attack across multiple bases in Russia, knocking out the country's strategic bomber fleet, which they are not even able to replace at this point. They are calling it Russia's Pearl Harbor. This is a catastrophe for the Russian government. I'm going to give you some details on the operation right here. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. This comes from Axios. It says a Ukrainian official told Axios the operation was conducted by the country's security service and was planned for more than a year. The official said intelligence officers launched attack drones from trucks that have been covertly placed near Russian air bases, some of them in Siberia, thousands of kilometers from Ukraine. Around 40 Russian military planes, many Tu-95s or 97s, they have been destroyed. I believe there's even reports that Tu-160 has been taken out. These are Russia's best planes, and they have been annihilated in this shocking surprise attack carried out by the Ukrainians. So it says around 40 Russian military planes, among them strategic bombers, were reportedly hit in the attack. A Ukrainian official said the planes that were attacked were used by the Russian military for airstrikes on Ukrainian cities. Over the last 24 hours, Russia conducted heavy drone strikes on Ukrainian cities, including Kiev. It also says here that it is unprecedented attack targeting dozens of strategic bombers at several bases. The wide-ranging attack took place shortly after President Vladimir Zelensky announced that he is sending a delegation headed by the Minister of Defense, Rustem Umerov, to ceasefire talks with Russia in Istanbul on Monday. Ukraine did not, I repeat, did not notify the Trump administration of the attack. So President Donald Trump did not know the attack was coming. The Ukrainians went in without saying anything. Now I'm going to show you some footage of the attack. It is unlike anything you have ever seen before in the war in Ukraine. Let's go ahead and roll that footage right now. So this is further reporting from NBC News indicating that preliminary estimates indicate that enemy aviation has suffered, this is a Ukrainian source to NBC, $2 billion in damage. Enemy strategic bombers are burning en masse across Russia. What we know is that Russia now faces a huge crisis on their hands when it comes to their strategic bomber fleet. There are varying numbers of across the internet of the extent of the damage. As of making this video on June 1st, the day of the attack unfolding, the lowest projection I've seen is 30% of the Russian bomber fleet has been destroyed. I've also seen some reports saying that it is high as 70% of the Russian bomber fleet has been destroyed. It is important to note This is a very fluid, this is a very developing situation. And so these numbers could change with time as we narrow down and drill down how many planes were actually, how many strategic bombers were actually destroyed. They also took out aircraft, early warning system, radar system aircraft. They took out bridges, as well as multiple cargo planes used for troop transports, heavy equipment, things of that nature. Why is this a problem for Russia? It's actually quite simple. Russia has not been able to produce the Tu-160, the Tu-95 for a significant period of time. They built a bunch of them, they had a bunch of them, and then they more or less shut down production on them, similar to, kind of what the United States has done with planes in the past. The difference is the United States has the ability to make replacement parts, and if we need to just build new planes. We have that industrial base, that high-tech industrial base. Russia, as we know, is not in a great financial place. They don't even make these planes anymore, so they can't roll them off the assembly line. And now these planes that would be used to strike Ukraine, or these are planes that have the range to make it to the United States of America. Certainly all of Europe is in range of these planes. That chip has now been removed from them. As you can see in the video, it is just absolute insanity. You can see planes blown up, carnage, plenty of burning. It's incredible that this all happened because they snuck a bunch of drones in trucks next to air bases and then took the drones off, flew them up, and just started attacking deep thousands of miles into Russia, into Siberia. These planes were left unguarded, undefended on the runways. It really is mind-boggling how how the Russians could have allowed themselves to find themselves in this kind of situation. It's nothing short of absolutely crazy. And now their strategic bomber fleet has been obliterated. There's no other way to say it. This is a huge victory for Ukraine. This is a devastating loss for Russia. And now the question is, how is Russia going to respond to losing its strategic bomber fleet? Number one, it's humiliating. Russia wants everyone to think they're a great power. This is absolute humiliation for the Russians. No question about that whatsoever. Their planes are burning on the runways. They've been blown up. They've been destroyed. And what will Russia do to Ukraine in response? My best guess is you're going to see a lot of violence come Ukraine ways. You're going to see cruise missiles. You're going to see missile attacks, probably hypersonic missiles. Russia is going to retaliate in an absolutely brutal fashion, but it won't change the fact that Russia lost 30 to 70% of its strategic bomber fleet, and it cannot replace that. And that's the biggest issue for Russia. It's not just that they lost a huge chunk of their military power, their air power. It's that they don't have the ability to replace it. I'm in a state of loss for words almost. I'm in a state of shock. Absolutely incredible. The film footage will continue to come out. Just an insane moment for the Ukraine-Russia war. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this Ukrainian attack on Russia, the devastation of Russia's strategic bomber fleet. Make sure to like and subscribe. Always hit the bell so you know when there's a new window. And new video. And as always, I'll catch you all next time.